Hello everybody, ladies and gents, my name's Amanda and I am a stampin' demonstrator in the UK. I can also serve Germany, France, Belgium and the Netherlands, I think it is. I think I've got that right. All of my links are below. Today I'm going to show you these. Now I haven't invented these, I've nicked these from some of my shabby chic co-crafters, and there's a big massive craze at the moment over in shabby chic land for making the loaded envelopes. And one thing that's made are these. Now my version I am calling a lollipop card, and they're very basic technique, but look at the awesome outcome. And you can use this as an alternative for a card. I've put a sentiment on the front. You could embellish it further with flowers or whatever, and then on the back here I haven't actually done it, but you could add a little tiny pocket and a note card, or you know, something to write who it's to and from on the back. And then, as I've shown here, you can display it really prettily in a cello bag and have it as a gift. These would look awesome as baby shower favours, table decorations on for a wedding, or just as a lollipop card. So I'm going to show you how I've made them. I've done them in two different colours here. I've done this one is mint macaroon with the whisper white ribbon, and this one is in pinks. So I'm going to show you, it's this one I'm going to make today. So let's move that out of the way. So I've used the Fallen in Love suite of paper, and what have I done with it? I have pre-folded what I need for the rosettes. Now you need one strip, if I just fold that out, which is 2 inches wide by 12 inches long. And then to go with that you need another one which is 2 inches wide by 6 inches long, because you're going to need to join them together so that it's large enough to make the bottom rosette. And then you go on your scoreboard and you very carefully, and it's time consuming and it's fiddly, but the results are worth it, you score at every 1/4 of an inch. If you score at 1/2 inch, you get a deeper, chunkier rosette. If you score at 1/4 of an inch, the scores are smaller and your rosettes, if you look there, are nice and flat. So it's just a slightly nicer effect if you just take that time. Then I'm going to join them together. And then I've got another layer here, which is this one, which is 12 inches by 1 1/4 inches wide. Okay, and then you simply join the ends together. I'm going to show you. And what I'm going to do for ease and for quickness for the video, I'm going to use a very fast drying glue to join them, and then I'm going to use hot glue. So I've got my glue gun ready. I have punched for the larger circle, for the larger rosette, I've punched a 2-inch cardstock circle. And for the next layer, which will be the smaller one, I've punched one at 1 3/4, and I've just used a coordinating cardstock, doesn't really matter. So first of all, I'm going to join these two ends together. You can use the fine tip glue, that will work, but I have run out. I do that many demonstrations, I just run out of stuff. It's just ridiculous. I'm just using a quick drying glue, and you match them up so that the folds will continue in the same formation, in the same pattern. So just be careful where you're gluing and think on what you're doing. Okay, that should dry pretty quickly, and I'm going to join the two ends together on my smaller one as well. So you're just literally gluing the two ends together there. A bit of glue on there. As I say, I've picked this really fast drying glue which has got alcohol in it for quickness for the video. You can use Tombow, you can use the fine tip glue, and you just need to sit there and hold it while it dried. I don't have the luxury of waiting. Okay. So there we go. So that's that one joined. Now I'm going to join this one because them two pieces will be dry. This might be a bit of a lengthy video, but just bear with me because the results are outstandingly pretty. I hope nobody knocks on my door, else I'm going to have to start again and I'll be fuming. I'll open the door and I'll go, what do you want? Unless it's Mr. Brown delivering my Stampin' Up! Delivery, and then he's my favourite. He is. I don't mind if he knocks on my door, bless him. He's lovely. He knows anyway that if I don't answer the door when he knocks and my car's on the drive, that I'm filming. So he leaves it in the shed. Right, so now what you do is you literally wait for that to dry so it doesn't all come undone. And then you just push it all down flat. Like so. And it will make a circle. Okay? Now decide which side you want showing. I want the blue side showing, so I'm going to glue on this side. Now this is the tricky bit. So I'm going to put that glue pot there. I am using hot glue. As I say, it's for speed. So I'm going to add a liberal amount of hot glue. If you use hot glue, just be careful because, you know, it's hot. And then I'm going to push all of those together and try and put that in the centre as best as I can. I'm just going to shift it up a bit and then hold it so that it dries. Wait until it dries and have patience or it will all come undone. If it does, just do it again. Simple as that, really. Okay, now that is all stuck. Okay, let me just double check. Yeah, that's nicely stuck. So there you go. That's your bottom layer. Now what I've done here is I have used Stampin' Up! Paper doilies and I've folded them much the same as I used to fold when I was doing lace flowers, because I used to do shabby chic lace flowers. So it's much the same principle. You can do it with paper, just the same. I don't have as many of these doilies left because, as you can see, I did quite a few layers there. So if you've got a lot of doilies, go all out, do a lot of layers, give it some nice fullness. I don't have that many left, unfortunately. So it's going to be just the, how many have I got? 4. So all you do is you cut your doily in half. Let me move that contraband out of the way. I do apologise. And you go to the middle, like so, and to the middle, like so. Okay, so you've got a little cone shape. If you've made lace flowers, you'll have done this in your sleep. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue, and then I'm going to attach these. Go from the centre, just pull it out slightly so that it's just so that you've got a little bit of a increment there. And then I'm going to do them at the 4, you know, like 12 o'clock, 1/4 past, 1/2 past and 1/4 to. So we'll do that as quick as I can. Again, you can use your wet glue. I'm using hot glue for speed. Just purely for speed because I'm filming. So that you don't, you know, get bored of watching me. And as I say, when I made my sample, I had extra doilies, so I went round twice and overlapped them to give fullness. I don't have enough left. I need to order some more. I'm doing a lot of demonstrating, so I'm going through my supplies at quite an amazing rate. I'll fold that one as well. Like so. A little bit of hot glue, turn that around. Now if I had the same doilies again, what I'd do is I'd do the same and I'd put one there and there, you know, 4 more going around those gaps. Don't have it, so I might just see if I can just improvise. I wonder if I can do it with these smaller ones. These are the new ones that are part of the Falling in Love suite. I'm going to be using them. Super pretty. Loads of ways you can use your doilies. Yeah, I will be able to get away with it. I'll just have to be very, very careful with my hot glue. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to glue it on just a little bit higher up because this is a slightly smaller doily. But yeah, that's going to give me my layers. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Oh, I'm stuck to my paper with that glue. So, apologies for the little break. I had somebody at the door that wouldn't stop knocking, so I had to go and answer it. Oh dear, it'll just take me longer to upload now because I'll have to cut and paste my two halves together, not to worry. Right, so I'm going to just continue with what I was doing. Oh dear, but it's my Stampin' Up order, so yay! It was a different Mr. Brown this week, that's why I was carried on knocking on the door. So if I should open it, there might be some more of these doilies in it. So what all I've done is I've just cut them in half like so, and I'm just folding them in like that. Okay, a bit more into there like so, and again fold it in, fold it in. Go a bit of hot glue. You're not going to see the glue when you've got the top layer on it, so don't worry about it. Stick that in there like that. There we go. Right, now what I'm going to do is my bottom layer. So you do the same thing, you press it in like so. Find something to rest on it. No, Tombo's not heavy enough. Put that on there in a minute. And then I've got my 1 1/4 inch disc here, so I'm going to put glue on that and attach it to the rear. Get down to the rear of my circuit. There we go. Just keep hold of that. Minute and it'll dry and it'll stick. Is it stuck? Do you reckon? Let's have a look. Of course it has. So there you go. There's your second layer. And then all you do, really difficult, really technical, stick the layers together. Just lay them up nicely. Make sure it's nice and centralised. There you go. Again, you can use whatever glue you want. I'm using hot glue for quickness. I do like to repeat myself, have you noticed? If you watch my videos, I say the same thing over and over again. What it is it's subliminal messages, so it seeps into your brain and you don't forget. Right, now what I'm going to do is I have taken some more of the doilies from the Falling in Love range, and I have just snipped out this central part here. Snipped it out to make it smaller because I want to layer it on there. Now you do get left with a circular shape like that. Don't waste it because that would look awesome on a card. So I'm going to I am going to use Tombow for this because it should dry fine. If it'll come out. Oh, there we go. I'll do it that way and smush it. Smush it on, and that should stick on there in the centre nicely. Just let that dry a minute, and some more. Just using myself as a gluing tool, like you do. I'm sure there are more elegant ways of doing it, but I haven't discovered it yet, so this is what I'm doing. Because it's so delicate and dainty, that doily, you know, it's difficult. And I'm just going to put it on the back there and centralise it on that circle, so it's nice and even. And that's that bit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in with a straw. Now you can get these in a variety of places. You can buy them online, you can probably find them just about anywhere, your pound shops, I found these in the baking section of somewhere or other, and they're very, very inexpensive. My hands are all sticky now from that Tombow. Very, very inexpensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squish the end a little bit, like so. Squish that end down. Just trim it off to a point. Okay. Ooh, I don't know where that's gone. Find it later on my craft room floor. I'm going to add some hot glue. Again, you could probably use wet glue, would be fine. And then I'm going to just insert it up inside of there. Just lift that doily over so it looks a bit neater. There we go. And just hold it while it dries, and then that's your little stick for your lollipop. And then I'm going to come in. I can turn that off now. Oh no, I need to put my ribbons. I'll do my ribbons. So then before we turn the hot glue off, I'm going to get some ribbon. This one is a silver thread one, which is part of the Celebration, one of the Celebration free items. Let me just get rid of some of this. Move that out of the way. And just cut a length. You can have it as... that bit's a bit frayed. Let me remove that. I don't want that bit. You can have it as short or as long as you want. I'll have mine probably about that length. And if you just kind of fold it over on itself like so. I'm getting really gluey. Let me just try and unglue my hands. And then if you put a tiny amount of hot glue there, that will hold those ribbons in like a V shape. All it does is it helps them lie flatter on your project. So I would suggest you do it. Oh, my glue's leaking now. That is the peril of hot glue, is that it can... Let me just put that on there so I don't get it on my project. It can be a bit of a mess. I'm just going to lift my doily up and I'm going to place that ribbon underneath to create the tails. I'm still in shot? Yeah. Try and unstick myself because I'm very sticky. And then I'm using some, this is pink seam binding. I think it's Pink Pirouette from the clearance rack, but you can use any. Stampin' Up have lots of beautiful, beautiful ribbons. You get an awful lot on a roll. I think this one's like 10 yards on this one. You're getting loads. So I'm just measuring how much roughly that I want. I can always adjust it after. And I'm going to do the same process. I'm not going to glue in between the layers on the seam binding because it's so delicate, it's not necessary. Tiny bit of glue. Just lift that. Where's my purple tool? My hands are a bit gluey and I don't want to get glue on my doilies. There we go. Just lift those up. Again, stick the tails inside. Hold it while it dries. Spread them out so they're in a V shape. So it just helps them lay flatter. There we go. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And then I did do a bow. I've cheated. I've done it off camera. I'm sorry. You don't have time to be sat there watching me faffing with bows. So I've just used my very, very, very basic cheap bow maker. You can make them by tying them on your fingers or on a fork. If you type it into YouTube, there are loads of tutorials. I'm just using hot glue. I'm going to add that to the central part there. Like so. And then I'm going to use one of these lovely, lovely, lovely decorations. These are from the Falling in Love. These are Falling in Love embellishments. They're absolutely beautiful. This bow's not as good as my sample one that I did. It's a bit messy. Again, your Stampin' Up glue is more than suffice. I'm using hot glue for quickness. There we go. Just add that to the centre of there, like so. Right, now we're done with the hot glue. We can turn that off and get it out of the way. If you end up with strings, glue strands, just get your heat gun, waft it over and it will melt them. Okay, let's have a look. Just adjust my tails. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to, so they don't fray, I'm just going to cut them at an angle. You could run a lighter over them, but I don't think it's necessary. You know, it's not a hair bow, it's just a lollipop card. Let's move all of that nonsense out of the way. Now we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to get a piece of scrap here. And I'm using the Sew in Love stamp set. And I'm going to use this just for you here. Where is it? There we go. And my, oh gosh, which punch did I use? Is it 1 1/4 inch? I think it was that one. Ooh, I can't remember which one it went out. Yes, I think it's that one. 1 1/4 inch. I hope so, else this is gonna not work, is it? I need a block. So I can mount that on there like so, full of glue. And I'm gonna use, what did I use on that one? Sweet Sugar Plum. A bit of pink pirouette. Let's just tidy this up so we're getting a bit messy. So Sweet Sugar Plum. Oh, I've just pulled that off its track. I'll fix it later. So Sweet Sugar Plum. So I'm going to stamp that there like so. Doesn't matter, it's upside down. Doesn't matter. Because we're going to punch it out anyway, so it doesn't matter, luckily. I'm going to punch it. Make sure your stamps are the right way around, ladies and gentlemen. God blimey, you don't want to be stamping upside down. Really. I'm just gonna have to get a sponge and do some inking now so I can get over that. Oh, I'm scarred for life. This demonstrating like, honestly. Oh, it's all fun, isn't it? So I'm just gonna lightly ink that. Quick as we can. I hate it when my videos are really long, it annoys me, but I can't seem to do them any quicker, so I do apologise. I'm adding, what have I got, some dimensionals, something else that should be in my box that Mr. Brown's just bought me, my new stash of dimensionals, because I am very, 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 very low on everything. Oh dear. So I've raised that on dimensionals and I'm going to stick that in the centre. I do know what I'm doing, I'm a professional. Like so, and I'm going to just add a little rhinestone. A little rhinestone. Because I just like sparkle and I like things to be fun. So that is the thing. Now that is well and truly stuck on there now, isn't it? Never mind. Very elegant. Oh, can we remove that now? Yeah, we can. And then what I did with this one is I just put it in a cello bag. We all have them if we make cards. Just your standard. I think this is a 5x7. And what I've done is, if I just move my lollipop card out of the way, I've got my pinking shears. These are actually material ones, but oh well. Just makes it fancy. You might have proper paper crafting ones, mine are fabric ones. That's like terrible using my fabric scissors on a cello bag. And then you just insert it like so. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. And I'm using some of the Whisper White. I'm just going to cut myself a length. I just kind of guess. And then I'm going to lay that underneath. And we're not going to stress about the bow. If you are worried, get yourself some clear elastic bands and put that on your bag first. You know, if you really want the presentation to be special, if you're using them for a baby shower as decoration or a wedding, get a clear elastic band, or one tip is to go and get cheap loom bands. You know, them annoying ones that children make them bracelets with that you end up backing up all off the floor. Get some of those, put it on your cello bag first, and then, you know, add your bow when you've, you know, pre-made it on a bow maker, for example. Or you can try and wing it like I am and make a mess of it. It's totally and utterly your choice. There we go. Just pull it tight and then slacken it off, and then pull it tight again. I'm happy with that. It's not too bad for being under the pressure of filming. And again, I just trim the tails to a slant just to make it look a little bit more fancy. And there you go, you've got your lollipop cards in your cello bags. And how cool are those? They're well worth the faffing about. Go and give them a try. Bye.